Pa. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm at the junkyard because, yeah, of course, sensor didn't clear the code. So we're going to extract a portion of the floor pan out of this 2005 Saturn Vue. First things first, you need your E10, which looks like that. You can see that okay. Yeah, your little 6-point guy to remove those fronts on either side. I grabbed, this is what you want, 18. I stick with the 6 points because they tend to have better grip. The 12 sometimes on tough bolts will strip. Oops. I bet y'all were completely off camera on that because of the fall. We've got 1, 2, 3. Go around to the other side. All right, sorry about all the fumbling here. For whatever reason, the neck on the camera got a little looser than I anticipated. And then our other one is down in here. And I went ahead and broke them loose with a breaker bar. So, and I did. I used the big boy and it was no big deal. A lot of times these can be tight if there's any rust in the car. All right, so those are all the fasteners for the seat. And I typically use an old sock with no match. Keep up with the hardware. Makes it a whole lot easier not to lose stuff if you need it. All right. Yeah, it's really not going to give me enough room. I'm going to shove it back to the trunk area and see how far I can go. It would be nice if the trunk actually opened, but I'm not trying to spend all day in here fighting every which way. What a mess this poor little car is. That should suffice, because where I'm going after is right there. That was disgusting. The carpet was actually glued down by, I guess, soda or I don't even know. But according to the video I watched, we want to cut right along here to get this panel out. And this should be where the fuel sending unit is, the fuel pump. And like I said, I want this whole patch panel so that I can do mine and be able to put everything back nice and orderly and make it look like it was supposed to be a patch, an intentional fuel pump door. Words. Okay, so let me get you guys in position and get my tools together for this endeavor. Okay, for today's spark-filled festivities, I'm using this because they don't allow die grinders in here and they don't allow Dremels in here. So these are the metal cutoff discs, and you can do this with a drill. This is not really safe because there's no shield. So I'm going to do everything I can to be as safe as I can. I've got the huge gloves. I've got this face shield as well as safety glasses on. I've got a jacket that I put on backwards to protect the face of me. And also right here, That is a wheel cover. This is probably stupid, this is probably overkill, but this is not a standard die grinder, and yeah, I really don't want to bleed today. It's not on my list of to-do options. So hopefully we don't loosen up. But the video showed right around here. I'm going to start here. There's some lines down there I'm trying to be careful of. So I'm starting lower than I need to. Oh, this is going to be fun. I will be doing some editing, I can see. All right, we won't be going that direction. Yeah, in my haste to just get a move on, I didn't really put much thought into the direction. I'm trying to keep this as close to 90 degrees so that I don't put any undue torque on this disc. I'm trying to pay attention to how deep I go as well. So hopefully I don't cut any lines. You know, the gas tanks are drained, but still. As the disc gets smaller, it wants to twist a little bit more in the because of the angle of this, that pivot. Wow, she's getting teeny tiny. All right, I was hoping that once we get down here, the smaller the disc, it would work better, so this is the plan. See, now our angle is able to change with the floor pan. See, it's coming around this corner here. That's getting difficult because of my body position. See, this way I can brace better. The whole idea when using these things is being able to control the cutting surface. I had a second collet. You can't get this apart on the field. You're going to need a vise and some more serious set of tools to get it undone, because it tightens itself as you use it. Okay, let's see if we're loose. Had to hit a few little spots, but this tool works great for getting up under there and not cutting yourself. All right. Whoops. Turned into guys the wrong way. But that's what we're after. And this is why I did it at the junkyard. See, even going as low as I did, see how tight that is? And that was actually hitting the gas tank itself. Now they put holes in these, so I don't have to feel guilty about it. And we pop this line right there. So I will make the appropriate markings on my panel so I know where to go with mine when I do it. And I will do it with the Dremel so I can have a little bit more control, not have to worry about as much flying debris. Yeah, I think when I do it, I'm going to attempt to come through here. I got to be so careful with those wires, because ideally I just want to do right around here. So what I may do is I may come and make my cuts like up in this area, away from the sensors. I was wondering what the if the one I got was legit. It's got the exact same markings on it. Somebody's been in here and replaced theirs. Broke this. Let's see, how hard is this guy to actually remove. Sorry guys. Learn on a junkyard car. Okay. The guy. Wow. Let me put you on 1. There we go. This guy came out whole, but you see how that rubber seal was wanting to back out? Sometimes they get stuck down in there. So be careful of that, and don't wobble too much. Sneak up on it so that you don't break the stem off. But yeah, we're gonna do this procedure on mine. Of course, like I said, not cutting like this. So, okie dokie peoples. That is this portion of the video, cutting an access hatch for a patch panel. I'll take this guy home and use him to make a panel out of. All right, take care. Y'all are probably not gonna be able to see this, but I did some drawings on here to kind of guide where I want to put the hole based on the location of this guy. Based on that, my plan was to go to an Impala or something like that that had a door, and make the door work for this. I don't think that's going to work, because partially where I have to cut to make the plate is going to be around here, because that comes into this area. See, if you look here, and then we lift, go down, we lift and do that number. We're coming out, see, over here, this ring, this trim ring, the whole point of this is to be able to get to the fuel pump. Well, you've got to be able to tap this ring to be able to get everything out. Well, if you can't get that ring out, you kind of you worked yourself into a corner. So those are the initial measures. I hate that you can't pause a video when a call comes in. I mean, you can, but then you can't take the call, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, so, and I marked these danger areas to avoid cutting. So maybe you can see my little X there to tell myself to be careful. And here is where this is and where this is. So that's my note, to don't cut in the center. So when I come in, I'm trying to aim to come in around here, obviously avoiding this guy, but come in around here and then grind it open once I have access and can see. So I'm probably going to start with a hole here and move outward. At least that's the plan, because I don't want to nick anything. And I'm definitely not going to use a big wheel to do this, because you can see, and I marked on here, and I also took measurements with a tape measure and took pictures so that I would know the exact where this gas tank protrudes up, so I avoid it at all cost. I've got to attempt to avoid the wiring. See if I can start with a hole around here, then I can kind of get my hand in there and push wiring around to make sure it's clear, or put something there that'll protect the wiring. So anyway, that's our preliminary research for moving forward. Yeah. All right, guys. Another little check-in, and then I'll be back with you when I actually do this. Well, literally, as I was walking out the junkyard, somebody had taken apart an Impala. I thought it was 2001 to 2005 that had these, but it was actually the 2000s did as well. Somebody needed something out of the fuel pump, so I guess it was just sitting on the deck lid, all pretty and jingly in the sun. Jingly? Shiny and... yeah, anyway. That. So, I don't know. Maybe I can suss out a way to make it work. I don't know. It would be nicer because of the stamping and everything would be stronger, and it would be more of a professional finished product. I'm just concerned about this because, you see, we can't really get it to sit flat. So that may not work. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd share that I did find that, and maybe it'll come into play. So you may or may not see this, depending on if I'm able to use it or not. All right. Good day, all. I'm contemplating my life choices that I'm about to cut my car open.